Hello and welcome back to a world of ice and fire. We're here at our village that is indeed infested by 41 outlaw poachers, and I gotta say, I'm actually not very pleased about this. I have a bad feeling that we're probably going to lose, because outlaw poachers are pretty good. You know that they're pretty good, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to just keep our people back here. We're going to go into a shield wall. And we're going to just move them closer to each other to a small degree. And, well, we're going to... Well, I'm not entirely sure. What are these guys doing? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they don't actually listen to me. I mean, look at this. I'm telling my spearmen to go back, but they don't... they don't actually go back. That is so strange. That is really, really weird. But we should be okay here, because this is kind of like a bottleneck situation. We're kind of forcing the enemy into a bottleneck, which is really surprising. Normally, we are never doing that. So, you know, it's definitely going to make more sense for us to do it this way. And now we can actually attack the archers. There we go. Because we're not actually allowing our own forces to get into the bottleneck. It's more like we're forcing the enemy into it. And that's indeed making a huge difference. Look at that. We actually knocked that guy unconscious as well. Very nice indeed. And that's a victory. And look at... What? That got us 30 renown? That literally got us 30 renown. I am extremely surprised. Okay, so, and we also have this now. We have 91 relation. That is so crazy. And oh, look at this, look at this. We have built pretty much everything available here now, and I think the best course of action for me would be to get a herbalist, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Alright, so I've come over to Cohor here because I actually would like to participate in the tournament, and luckily I managed to make it in time. Now, bear in mind, obviously, the greatest thing we can do right now is murder our opponents as best as we possibly can. Now, obviously, it's going to be a little bit no, never mind. Okay, we're already through to the next round, so that's absolutely fine. Even if I die right now, we should be fine. No problem whatsoever. Oh, I am actually killing everyone. Okay, never mind. I was not expecting that. Yes, I thought to myself, I'm probably dead, but that's okay, because I already had a kill, so that's all that matters. Okay, so we are now going to do this. 2 teams with 3 fighters each, and indeed, I'm actually going to be getting kind of stuck in to a lot of the fights relatively early on here. Even if I take a bit of damage early here, I don't really care, because most of the time I can sustain a couple of hits. You know what I mean? I can literally take a couple of hits. It's not going to be super bad if I, you know, take some damage here or there. And I think actually it could be relatively beneficial, just purely because my forces are then going to be left alone a little bit more, and then, well, we're going to have the numbers advantage, or at least we're hopefully going to have the numbers advantage to a certain degree at least. You know, because if it's a 2 versus 1, that's a lot better than a 2 versus 2 or a 1 versus 2. You know, if we were the 1, that is. Anyway, let's see. 2 teams with 2 fighters, 2 versus 2. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Okay, oh no. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. My opponents are much higher level than I am. I'm gonna have some issues here with these guys. Or maybe not. Thanks so much, Squire. You absolutely sucked. Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, here we go. Okay, here's the Squire that I just fought against. Okay, wouldn't it be funny if he kills me? I think it would be hilarious. But I highly doubt he's gonna have anything to do with it. There we go. Alright, not a problem. Not a problem. And now 2 teams with 1 fighter. All right. And now let's see. I have a crossbow. Now, obviously, this is what's funny about this. This guy has no idea what he's doing because he has a shield. Funnily enough, I am actually going to have to just attack him. Okay, well, that was weird. That was so strange. I thought to myself, I'm going to easily lose this, but no, apparently my combat skills are actually not that bad. Anyway, 24 renown right there, and we did manage to increase our relation, and 20,000 stags. That's what I wanted, of course. So Very, very nice. We could buy some furs here and take it back. Yeah, we could. Why not? Oh, now look at that. I actually did manage to level up to 20 here, and that is purely because of this this drunk that was in the tavern. That is hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with that, but there you go. Apparently he gave me enough experience. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually not gonna level up right now. I just wanted to show you this is where I leveled up. And we're gonna go all the way back to Vale territory, and we're gonna hopefully then be able to I'm hoping we'll be able to start some war against someone, or we could potentially attack some free folk, something along those lines. Alright, so we've actually headed in to our first siege. Now, I don't know how this is really going to go. This is literally, as I said, my first siege. And in general, usually, I'm not a big fan of sieges with the, shall we say, Viking conquest style of doing things. Just purely because it is extremely punishing. Hopefully, we're not going to lose too many units doing this. And hopefully, we'll be able to use our persuasion skill to make it a little bit easier, right? Just a little bit easier. Anyway, we are now going to have to plan the siege, first of all. I could potentially call for a meeting with the guy already, but I'm not sure if that's going to make any difference. Anyway, build checkpoints around High Point. We could do that. I need more than 200... Okay, well, I don't have enough space for 250 men in my army, so that's never going to happen. We could try to sneak inside, which requires tracking skill. That's never going to work. We can order the construction of sanitation to prevent disease. Yeah, we're going to do that. It's going to take 4 hours. And we also lost morale, which is very funny, actually. That's one thing that is going to be extremely dangerous for us. The morale is going to be a problem. All right, the morale is going to be a big issue. Okay, so let's have a look here. Surrender. No, okay, apparently the surrender did not make any difference. Okay, so we'll just try to prepare. Okay, so call for scouts. Its prosperity is rich. What? This place is just waiting for you to conquer it. Really? I have a bad feeling that that's not actually the case, to be honest. 22 hours to build the mantlets. Okay, my men are building it, and our siege camp. Okay, we will send foragers, and they return with extra food, and we will fortify the camp. Yes, we will do that as well. There we go. All right, that sounds pretty good. Now, the one thing we've got to be a little bit careful. I am actually declaring war against the free folk by doing this, by the way. So, might be... that would be quite funny, wouldn't it? That would be quite funny if we literally get murdered now. Okay, let's actually just see what happens. But it's about time that the Vale actually gets embroiled in some kind of battle, because otherwise they're pretty much just going to be standing there not doing really anything for a whole bunch of time. So, yeah, anyway, we're just going to continue waiting here. We're basically, I think, probably just going to starve out the opponent because there's only 6 days left worth of food. I hope that I have enough food to be able to do that, to be honest. But anyway, we've accumulated the heads of enemies and dead peasants. Do you want to launch them over the walls to undermine the morale of the enemy and cause disease? Yes. We lose reputation. I mean, who doesn't do that in Game of Thrones? Who doesn't do that? Anyway, the heads are launched into the settlement. From the outside, you hear the cries and tears of the citizens when they recognize a loved one. War is merciless, and you've proven you're the most terrible of foes. And we also, obviously, don't have our wounds anymore. That's good. Your men think you're heartless and fear you. Okay, so we lost more morale. Okay, well, that's not very good. Losing more morale is absolutely terrible. I'm already relatively low on morale, by the way, so we may have a bit of an issue. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that everything is working okay. We could build equipment and clear the ground for the assault. Let's do that, I guess. That's going to take another 22 hours. And they finished building the mantlet. Now you can use them to protect your soldiers in the vanguard attack and your main force for the final charge. Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that just yet. And it may not even be necessary. That's the funny thing. It may not be necessary. I am a little bit problematic or I'm having a bit of a problematic situation coming on here, but potentially. We'll see. Let it be known across the realm that Roose Bolton, former Warden of the North, has been slain. Ramsay Bolton, his son and rightful heir, now declares himself the head of House Bolton and the new Warden of the North. Those who were loyal to his late father are expected to continue their allegiance to Ramsay or face the consequences of defiance. Alright, well, they have just taken something relatively close by here, so I have to be a bit careful. Order the Vanguard to place the mantlets. How long is that going to take? Oh, we literally just did that instantaneously. Oh, okay. I did not mean to do that, actually. I did not mean to do that. I actually thought that we were just putting them down and it was going to take a couple of hours or something like that to put them down, but no, apparently not. Okay, let's call for a meeting once again. No, okay, that's not going to make any difference. So I am actually just going to stand here. Oh, no, we are consistently being attacked now. Enemy casualties, and we've got casualties too. We're losing a lot of people for basically no reason. What do you mean, be more cautious, build defenses? I would have built defenses if I had more than 250 people, but I obviously don't. I find it quite amusing, actually, that you need 250 people to build defenses when, I mean, no offense right now, but isn't it possible that people in a smaller army, I have about 150 or 160 people, or I had that amount. Oh yeah, I have 144 actually. Wouldn't that be enough to create some defenses? I think it probably would, right? Anyway, during the night, your men captured and executed a group of enemies who tried to infiltrate and burn supplies. We're going to reward each with a warrior bracelet, of course. There we go. 3 renowned. Yes, morale. There we go. I need more of these events. Thank you very much. I would love more of these. Thank you. Yes, I need more of those. That would be great. Okay, so we have 5 more days for the food supplies. Okay, we're losing. Oh no, we're actually doing really well now. Look at this. We killed 22. That's fantastic. That is so much better. The enemy and our men came upon each other near a river, and the fight for water caused numerous casualties on both sides. Well, I mean, the water is definitely going to be useful to clean up after that. All right. Anyway, we are going to continue. Let's see if we are going to be okay. And 5 more days? Still? They still have 5 more days? That's very strange. I'm actually not entirely sure what's even happening with that. It should be possible for us to just, well, hopefully go in there relatively soon. Anyway, we are now at 95,000 in our treasury, by the way. Very, very nice. And yeah, there was a tournament. Funnily enough, they actually wanted the tournament, wanted me to go to the tournament, shall we say, when I had just arrived back in Westeros. So, of course, I'm not going to go over there. Anyway, a deserter from the enemy has joined our ranks. He has informed us that the enemy thinks reinforcements will soon arrive. We're going to kill him. Yep, we're going to kill him. Lose some reputation, but that's okay. We've already got a relatively good reputation as it is, because we've done so many nice things. And yeah, so you can see here, 4 more days. That's okay. That is all right. Hopefully the next little event, random event, whatever it is going to hopefully kill a couple of the enemy off. That would be quite nice. If we can kill another 22, for example, and only lose a handful of our own troops, then I will be extremely pleased. And as you can see, our village is doing a fantastic job right now. Very, very happy with that. Okay, so we could technically lead our soldiers. I don't think I'm going to do that. Is there anything else that I can do here? No. I can investigate the defenses, but that's not really going to work. We could call for a meeting right here. Nope. Okay, apparently that's not going to work. I was kind of hoping that my persuasion would sort of be enough. Did I actually level myself, by the way? I now have no idea whether I leveled myself, because I think I actually did level, didn't I? I was actually going to level up, and I think I do have another point in persuasion to spend. So I'm doing this siege without spending my point, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Ah, we're being attacked. Okay, we're being attacked by a rather large party of free folk. All right. All right, our army is currently entrenched. Our renown value for this battle is 50. And this is going to be extreme... Ah, actually, it's not as bad as I thought. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, no, I'm actually not entirely sure. You know what? I actually want my people to all kind of... Ah, wait a minute. We've got a bridge. Okay, we got a bridge. This could be very, very good for us. How many archers do I have? Only 6. Okay, what I need to do is I actually need to get my people over here by this bottleneck. Right here. This is going to be extremely important for us. Okay, let's put them... Do they not go into a shield wall? Do they not have the ability to go into a shield wall? I am pressing it, but apparently they don't seem to agree that that's the way to go. Okay, there we go. Nice. Basically just wanted to kill that guy really, really quickly. Can we kill him? Yes. Yes. There we are. This is what we need. Where's this guy? He needs to die. Come on, guys. Okay. There we go. Should be dead. There we are. Nice. Okay, now, for some reason, my people are not listening to me in any way. I did tell them to hold position at this particular location, but they're not listening to what I'm saying. So we are just going to have to deal with it as it is. Because as you can see, I am telling them to come over here. They might actually be doing it now, maybe, to a certain degree. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, now let's tell them to come over here. Yes. Okay. Don't get killed now. I am having high stamina right now, which is pretty nice. Okay, my forces are actually doing... Oh, no, I have so many people! How do I have so many people right here? Is it because my army's entrenched or something like that? Is that the reason why I have so many people? This is hilarious. There's no way that you can actually do anything now. This is absolutely impossible for them. I have no idea how they're supposed to do anything, but... I guess... Good luck to them, eh? Good luck to them. There's no way. Not in a million years, as you can see. No way. I'm just going to tell everyone to charge in. Why not? Okay, here we go. Should be fine. Nice. I'm surprised. I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were going to lose this really, really easily. But no, actually. You know, personally, I feel like we would have been able to win that even with a 15-21 enemy combatants kind of battle. 48 renown and 6 morale. That is really good, actually. Okay, so we did end up wounding 23 enemies. Not a big fan of that, I gotta say, but can't really help that. Oh, okay, so we're going in again. Okay. Wait a minute. Since Lord Edmure Tully has a good reputation, your troops feel a bit more confident than usual when attacked. Why? Because he has a good reputation instead of having a bad reputation? I'm actually not entirely sure. I guess he doesn't have a reputation of being extremely cruel or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. Anyway, I am literally just going to leave my forces in their current positions because apparently they didn't listen to me beforehand anyway. So I'm just going to leave them where they are. And if we do receive additional reinforcements at some point, which we are indeed receiving, as you can see right there, then we should be completely fine. Now, I did actually get an event. I didn't realize that this was actually going to result in us getting a companion, but as you can quite clearly tell, we have a dog that has now joined us. This was a stray dog. You could have decided on a variety of options, basically ranging from ignoring it to basically almost killing it to, other things, and I decided on the one option that was kind of pretty much the only thing I could really do, in my opinion, which was to take it with us. and that's it. Take it with us, give it some food, you know, take care of it and all that stuff. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do, and that's what we are doing. Now, I do have to be careful here. I've realized now that my first aid skill is not going to activate. Or it seems like that's the case. Seems like first aid skill is not going to activate in the least. So I need to be very, very cautious here. And it may very well be that maybe what I should do... yeah, my forces are indeed all the way back there. I should probably charge, shouldn't I? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I have to be very careful though, because as I said, I cannot take damage. If I take damage here and I get myself eliminated, we will be in a very, very dire situation, and it's not something that we want. So I am just going to tell my people to come over here. Unfortunately, we're going to lose some people. Maybe if I get out my crossbow, maybe I can do some damage with that. Yeah, not really. I mean, it's okay. You know, the damage is fine, but not fantastic. So we're just going to tell our people to charge in now, because we do have our cavalry. No, we do have our infantry relatively close by. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Funnily enough, we are consistently having huge advantage. This is an insane way of farming renown, actually, from this perspective. I mean, obviously, the main problem that we are personally going to have is if we are eliminated. So if we can prevent ourselves from being eliminated, then I think we should be fine. But that is a big if. And of course, speaking about our level here, I'm actually going to be speccing it right now while we're in combat. And we're going to get that last little point in persuasion that we wanted to get. So we now have 6 in persuasion. Hopefully we'll be able to get even more than that as time goes on. Alright, so there's another round down, and we didn't take any casualties this time. Well, I mean, we took wounded, which obviously is a bit of a problem because, as I said before, first aid, wound treatment, etc., they're not actually coming into it at all here. So the only thing we can do is just try our very, very hardest to have as much of a resistance, as much of a resilience as we can possibly get when it comes to fighting these guys. Unfortunately, it does take us a relatively significant amount of time to go through these rounds because there are just so few enemies on the battlefield. But I have actually increased my battle size now. Usually I like to play on a low-ish battle size because I generally don't want to cause any kind of performance problem, like for example frame rate and so on and so forth. And sometimes I even have frame rate issues even on lower battle sizes. So that's the main reason, but I've now increased it. It was on about 150 to 200. Now it is on about 350 to 400. So hopefully it's not going to give us any problems. We are having a much greater force of enemies on the battlefield though, which I am very much looking forward to. Alright, so it looks as though I am now able to command my forces slightly better here, probably because we have slightly more people on there, because obviously beforehand it wasn't giving me any feedback about whether I could put my people into a shield wall, for example, but now I can. So this is much better, and it's going to have a much better chance of success. Now I have to be a little bit careful. I do not want to get myself killed. I don't want to take any damage at all if I can help it. What we're going to do is going to move my forces to stand closer slightly as well. I want to make sure that all of our people are right where they can slaughter the opponent. As soon as they arrive over the bridge, I'm going to be a bit careful. I don't want to stay all the way at the back though, because that is a little bit sad, and I would like to get some experience, even though, to be fair, the wildlings don't really provide a massive amount of experience. They give you 67 per kill, which is not great, but you know, what else can we do, right? What else can we do? Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to place my flag on the battlefield. Battlefield. Yes, of course on the battlefield. But yes, I'm going to place it on the bridge. Another B word. Yes. Another B word. And then we are going to try to move across the bridge and eliminate the enemy's archers, which are all the way over there. And hopefully we won't lose too many people. Apparently we're not losing many people at all, which is very surprising, but I guess we shouldn't be that surprised. We do outnumber the opponents, you know. I mean, that's the funny thing. I'm not entirely sure how that's working at the moment. I mean, from a I don't know, battle advantage perspective. Oh, maybe it's my tactics skill, actually. Is it my tactics skill coming into play here, or is it just because I'm entrenched? It might be because I'm entrenched or something like that, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's it. Anyway, we should be completely fine. This is the last enemy, as you could see, and he is actually trying to kill me. I give him props for that. Okay, there we go. Nice little victory there for us. And indeed, we did get 46 renown. We ended up losing a couple of people, but thankfully no one... well, okay, now here's the funny thing. I say, thankfully, no deaths, right? That's what I'm thankful for. However, the problem being we don't have any first aid or wound treatment activations at all, which means that any wounded we take, we can basically count them as deaths. So that's a big problem. As you can see right here, we had 140, now we have 130. It's going to be the same thing over and over and over again until we eliminate all 296 of the enemy's forces, which is indeed going to be a bit of a problem. And we are going to have to do quite a few of these. Alright, so we are now defending one of the last waves. I gotta say something very, very quickly though. I took 0 casualties in the previous wave, but yet when I pressed tab to exit out onto the siege menu, it said I had lost 55. Now, I don't know why that is, because I have been absolutely fine. We have been basically doing the same strategy every single time, where we basically just put our people into a shield wall formation. We allow the enemy to pretty much run into us, and we've been having very little problems with that. As you can see, the enemy has, as you see here, they're literally losing people right now, and I'm losing 0. As you can quite clearly tell, I'm losing absolutely 100% 0, and for some reason, when I pressed tab after the victory message came up, I lost 55 people in one fell swoop, which makes no sense whatsoever, because I'm actually... I mean, we're winning this, as you can clearly tell. I mean, look, we've got 1 death. You know, there's no... you know, no assuming here that I'm just gonna charge now. I'm just gonna charge because the enemy only has archers remaining. But basically, this has been more a test of patience than it has been of skill or anything like that, because we've obviously had just these guys to deal with. For some reason, I'm not sure why are we... Oh yeah, I guess it's because I charged them. Oh well, never mind. I was kind of hoping that we would not lose anyone, but I guess it doesn't matter too much, because look, we've only got 3 deaths. Only got 3 deaths, because the enemy just can't do much. You know, we put them into a shield wall over there. You know, we put our guys into a shield wall over there, and then the enemy basically runs into us over a bottleneck, a natural bottleneck situation. And that's pretty much all they can do. There's nothing else they can do about it. And I'm just hopeful that it's not going to do that again, because if it does that again, we will probably not be able to achieve victory in this, shall we say, I'm not sure if we can really call it a siege defense, because it's not really a siege defense, but it's a bit strange. I actually don't know what's happening here, but yeah, you could see here, we've still got 49 people, and we've won, as you can see. Now, I just wanted to get this on camera, because if it does the same thing again, then it might be... Okay, was that a bug or something? Okay, that's kind of strange. All right. Well, we've only got enemy, as you see, enemy reinforcements 24. Only 24 enemy reinforcements. Weird. That was really, really strange. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Hopefully, we are going to be okay. And hopefully a victory is within our grasp. Alright, so there it is. That is indeed the end of the, I don't even know what to call it really. Siege defense or siege something or other. Anyway, we're going to be taking this guy prisoner. Going to take this guy prisoner too. And the other fellow did manage to escape. Now, we do have significant renown gains, as you can quite clearly tell from the 240 that we now have available in our maximum company size here, because beforehand we didn't have that. We had, I think, 202 or something along those lines, so pretty nice. We did end up losing quite a few Riverlands archers, because I did go out and get some Riverlands archers, thanks to those of you actually suggesting that I go and get some archers, and I didn't know which archers were actually good, so there you go. We did that. Now, we are inherently going to be, Vale Footmen, make sure that we got those guys, and we've got 65 Vale Man-at-Arms, and we still have 34 Unsullied, which is actually pretty nice, not too bad, and we're otherwise just going to be taking every single one of these prisoners, or should we say rescued prisoners. I am not going to be dilly-dallying about that. I know that there probably is a key that I can press to infinitely, or instantly, shall we say, not infinitely, but instantly take these guys and put them into our party. And I'm sure there is a way for me to do that. However, I'm always suspicious of that command ever since I did that one time and the game crashed, and not even in this mod. It wasn't in this mod, it was in something else. And I did that. And then I basically just swore at the time, you know, I made an oath to myself that I would never do that, you know, I would never do that again, because it basically made me lose like what, 20, 30, 40 minutes worth of progression, which I thought was absolutely unacceptable at the time. So I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that again. Anyway, let's just take some of these fellows. Let's see, what else can we actually get here? I want to get the champions, I suppose. Let's get some of these guys. The cavalry. I don't even know what I should really take. Yeah, that's the thing. I have no clue what is best. So I guess I'll just take that. I actually don't know whether I should literally do this. Should I? 3 hours. Am I going to get attacked again? Unlikely, right? I'm going to do it. Wow, the loot is not very good. Yeah. The loot is not very good. I should probably not have done this. All things considered, I probably should not have done this now. But we'll see. Oh no, it's okay. Whew. Okay, I was really worried about that. Okay, so unfortunately, High Point has 237 people in it. I don't know. Do you think we can actually do this? It feels pretty unlikely right now, just purely because I have 117. I mean, there's only 3 more days, but let me just see here. I'm very worried actually right now. I'm wounded still? Oh yeah, I'm wounded. Yeah, that's a problem in itself. Okay. A group of bandits approaches your camp. As your men reach for their arms, the bandits put down their legs and say they come in peace. The leaders of the bandits steps forward. I don't know how they did that without their legs. And asks if they may join you. Alright, so, kill them all. Yeah, we're gonna kill them all. There we go. Your men kill all the bandits. We're going to get some more reputation from that and all that wonderful stuff. Dirk has finally advanced to level 10. That's wonderful. I highly doubt we're actually going to even be able to continue here. To be honest, I don't think we will be able to continue here. If we decide to... I mean, look, 2 more days. It takes way too long, in my opinion, for the food to go away, but... Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, yes. Yes, it's actually gonna work. All right, here we go. You have my word. You will not come under attack if you leave the fort. There we go. All right, this is absolutely fantastic. Yes, our persuasion skill is actually coming into it now. I'm wondering whether that's because we got to level 6 in persuasion. I'm not sure whether that's the case. It might be. And your troops are eager to start plundering the castle. The castle of High Point seems to be flourishing. Okay, let me actually just read this for a real quick second, just so we can make a good decision. You may decide to forbid your troops from harming the castle if you want to conquer it for your faction, but your troops may lose morale. You can allow some plundering and keep the castle. You may want to just fill your purse a bit and leave the plundered place for the enemy. Finally, you could also decide to devastate the place completely in order to gain as much loot as possible, enslave the inhabitants, and make it worthless for its owner. Okay, so we can conquer and plunder the castle. I think we're probably... I mean, here's the thing, right? Generally, I would say let's plunder, you know, everything that we can. We want to plunder every single thing. However, if this particular fief gets awarded to me, I would like to be able to generate money from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to conquer the castle but forbid plundering. However, that is a bit of a problem because my morale is going to go down pretty hard. Is it? Oh no, our party gains morale. What? Okay, I'm going to request that this be awarded to me. They don't like me that much, as you can see right there. That's a bit strange. Okay, I'm not too sure why they don't like me that much. But yeah, they have -4 right now. Bit strange. Okay, yeah, so we are actually looking pretty decent right here. Unfortunately, there are no people in the garrison at the moment, because of course there aren't. But yeah, I'm very, very surprised that we were able to force a surrender there, because they still had 2 days worth of food, and I really thought that they were going to hold out. I really thought they were just going to stay there and not do anything else. But that was a pleasant surprise, wasn't it? That was absolutely 100% a surprise. And yeah, really, really pleased about that. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.